Hey folks, Rob back for another Rob Plays, and this time we are checking out a brand new release for the Apple II family. This is Oid Zone, developed by Michael Packard, who had developed Alien Downpour, which I featured on the channel when that came out last year, and this is his second release for the classic systems. It's compatible basically across the entire line. I think you need 48K. For the purposes of clarity, I'm running this on my 2GS, but it is at the slow speed, so it is how it will play on a legacy machine. It's $20 plus postage. That's 20 US. Link in the description for the physical copy. The disc images are available as a free download, but they're on the Apple II enthusiasts Facebook group. So if you don't use Facebook, you might be out of luck. I don't know if they're on the site. I'll have to check. So Oid Zone is pretty much, well, we've got the instructions up now. It's basically a clone of a classic arcade game, one that's actually quite dear to my heart. So, basic idea is you go through each zone, clear out the Oids, move on to the next one. You've got your hyperspace as you'd expect, and you have power-ups, which is a new addition, and we'll show those. There's a weapon and a shield one. Let's go and start. So, joystick, I've got a nicely acquired CH Mark II instead of trying to play the keys. So let's start. Actually, we'll go into the options first because there's some cool things. You've got your difficulty. Let's put them on, bring them on. I love those two names. Let's do classic mode. So we'll do a run of each just for laughs. One of the things is this does have Mockingboard support. Regretfully, I don't have a Mockingboard fitted on the GS or a clone. There are some clones and stuff available, but I haven't acquired one yet. There's still a few upgrades I really want to do for my GS. Getting a Mockingboard is one. Also getting one of those reactive microtransport clones. But enough of that, we're into the game. So you can see now that little F. Let's go for the F. Yes. So the F is a weapons power-up and will give you a 3-way shot, which I can't show you because I just died. And the S power-up gives you shields, which sort of looks like the shield out of Asteroids Deluxe. This kind of... I really wish I had a digital... I wish I knew how to do it. To make a digital joystick for the 9-pin, like for the Apples. Because, you know, they were designed for paddles, but there are plenty of games that don't really need... that's the swarm mines appearing now, because we're just about at the end of the stage. It's now or never. Thanks. I love that sort of snarky kind of commentary that is in Michael's games. Safety was in Alien Downpour as well, so you get used to it. One thing that's a little annoying sometimes is having to flick up for hyperspace. I kind of actually wish there was a third thing. But anyway, we've got a name on the chart, so let's do that. It writes it to disk, so this will be saved for later. I think I've got to wait around to be able to go back and select awesome mode, but that's okay. Let's try and take it a little slower this time. So it's funny, a lot of the tricks that they're not, world record tricks for sure in Asteroids do not work here at all. And partly it's also because now each Oid breaks up into 3 pieces instead of 2. So, ooh, collision detections can be rough. A Cinderella story in real time? I'm not so sure about that. Anyway. You gotta use just the sensitivity. Analog joysticks for this game is probably not the best of options. Let's clear up those swarm mines. There's a shield power-up. One thing that's a bit annoying is that the power-ups move at such a speed that it's really hard to intercept them. And I think that's a bit of a pain. And especially doesn't help with the scale of some of the objects. Like, I feel like you look at... I can't help but make comparisons to Asteroids, but you look at Asteroids and your ship proportionally feels bigger here. I don't know if it's just because proportionally there's a smaller play area. Let's try and intercept that F power-up. Yeah, there it is. And that's the first stage done. There really isn't much here in terms of, it's Asteroids. Or a clone thereof. And then sometimes you do stupid things like that. Alright. Alright, let's keep going. Do it for the people who want to see you fail. Ooh, I wonder how many of those that I have. Anyway, let's have another run. It is a tough sucker to play. Hey, 590, that's better. I mean, look, the top score is 900. You've got to laugh at that anyway. Like I said, one thing is I really wish that there's a couple little things about the Apple II that do not make it the best system for games like this. Analog joysticks is one of them. There are games where the Apple analog joysticks are amazing. Ooh, that was close. But I almost missed that shield. No, got it. So there's the shield now. So you can see we get a little circle around us. You might say, oh, it's not accurate, but, you know, Apple II color limitations, yo. Like if you watch, like look at the Oid Zone logo on the top corner, you see how as it cycles between green and purple, you could see that they do shift position a pixel. And that's due to the nature of the way high-res mode was implemented, which is what this is using. So this is pretty much, you know, this is the mode that, you know, have some expanded memory. So like I said, I think you probably, because I have to double check, you probably see a shot of the cover, you know, in the corner and on the thumbnail. But I can't remember it actually saying outright what it needs. So wherever it does need, like I would say realistically it probably needs 48K. I mean it runs on everything, right? From the original Apple II all the way to a 2GS, like I'm running it on here. And that's why there's the blue border. Like I said, the main reason I chose the GS is because it's on my it's a little more convenient to fire up than my 2C. Also because RGB video, like it looks utterly very nice on RGB than trying to use the composite adapter I have on the 2C. That is my reason why. I feel like I want to pull down for hyperspace, not up. Inconceivable. I love the sense of humor this game has. Yeah, the only real disappointment is that I can't show you the enhanced sound because I don't have a mocking board. I don't have access to a mocking board. I know there are reproduction cards and some other more advanced boards out there. Oh, that's a bit of chugging. I could use that to my advantage. But even the original Asteroids machine had a limitation like that. Ooh, I've almost beaten the top score. I mean, if you want, you know, for what? Quick, go get a power up. Yes, boss. Get that firepower. Oh yeah. Limited shots. You know, I've gotten used to playing with the analog stick, and now it's 810. Hey, 810 is pretty good. So I'm gonna go punch my score in. Let that write to disk. It does actually write to disk, as I found. Ooh. I guess because there's no game logic running, it's running much faster. All right, we're gonna get the intro sequence again, and it's got the classic visuals, which means we can switch it over to awesome mode and press any key to start. We can switch it over to awesome mode. We can have a play with the updated graphics. You can see how it compares visually. Let's have a look. I want joystick. I want the menu. Let's play normal mode. Let's go awesome. And let's start. Now I've got to say, the simpler sound effects that you're getting just out of the beeper of the classic 2 rather than what you got if you... Oh, and I hit hyperspace too. The classic, like these beeper sound effects, you know, the original Apple IIs had audio capabilities on par with the Spectrum. If you're European-minded, really do... They work. Oh, no, there's my shield, though, so let's keep... Yeah, it's funny. It's the second Asteroids-inspired game I've covered this year. The first, of course, being CBM Asteroids, when we... And while that's a lot closer, like seriously close to the original machine, this has a little more personality to it. Oh, darn it. Yeah, you've got to be careful about your power-ups because you can actually shoot them down. And if you shoot the firepower one, it actually acts as a smart bomb and wipes out a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know what happens if you shoot the shields. If you shoot the shield power-up. Alright, let's see if we can line up that firepower. Yeah. It's a bit annoying that when you do get the extra power-ups that you lose them at the end of each stage. So now I've completed the first stage, I get to lose this. I don't have this available, so that's a bit of a bummer. All right. Oh, darn it! I flipped the joystick up for hyperspace. It didn't quite work. Why couldn't there be 3-button joysticks? Yeah, you've got to. Mastering an Asteroids clone is all about, well, not just an Asteroids clone, but Asteroids itself. Oh, we're getting a bit of chuggy now, because we've got. Let's try and get that firepower. We've got a bit of chug. Oh, collision detection could be a little rough, one might say. Prepare to enter the Oid Zone. I want to try and beat that high score before I end this video, so let's go. I think we're just going to take the Death Blossom approach now. At least to clear the things out a bit. Oh, darn it. I've got to double check that. I feel like you've got to hold it up in hyperspace for a few seconds. But another game over. We're getting better though. Let's have one more run and I think we'll call this a video. So let's... Oh. Silly move. He got blown up, inconceivable. Again, the sense of humour is great here. I'm definitely on board with... definitely on board with that. But something else that, while I try and blast these things is, one of the reasons I want to check this out is A, because I quite like the Apple II. B, there aren't really many channels that do looking at games on it in the way I try to do, nice, detailed, respectful looks. And C, more people making more games for classic hardware is really freaking special. And I would like to think that hopefully you, if y'all as viewers agree with that. Like I try, while I have my platform biases in terms of platforms I absolutely adore and platforms I don't like so much, I try to be as open as I can when it comes to the end products, Ooh, some of those games on lesser machines, on machines I don't like as much, I'm still impressed at seeing. Alright, level 1's down. You're doing great. Fortunately, it's a shame you can't really do speech conveniently on the Apple II beeper. Let's try and... Gotta remember not get close. The downside when this is all software. This is all, trying to draw to a bitmap, 60 times, not 50 really. My GS is set up for PAL output, so yeah. Although it's a little machine. I really think I would like to do... Maybe when I get the last few upgrades done that I want to get done, which is just a couple of things, I really would like to do a video on it. I don't know. Let me know if that's something you want to see, because the GS is kind of an obscure machine. When I look at the collection of micros I have, because I don't have any really dramatically, I think it's the most obscure because just because it was this weird sidestep in the machine's evolution, in the platform's evolution, you know. Even for Apple, you read the history of... Oh! Did I warp before getting crushed? I don't know. Last life. Is it last life or have I got one more left? Alright. Let's see how we go. Aw, darn it. I was so close to getting 900. But I was going to say before I start wrapping up, really, the 2GS is sort of this weird point in Apple's history. And so, let's punch the name in. And because, look at that, 35 points off. But back to the history thing, it's such this weird point that, you know, it's sort of obscure for a whole bunch of reasons. So I would like to do something on it at some stage. So let me know what you think. But I think I'm going to leave it there. Oid Zone is well worth checking out. Like, if you don't mind doing the extra couple of hiccups to actually get the disk images to run in an emulator, I don't know if it's up on archive.org. I'll have to check. Maybe you can use that and just run their internal emulator. But it's a fun game. So it's actually quite a good challenge to play, you know. Do it with a joystick and not with the keyboard. And, of course, you have a real Apple II. And you got a disk drive and stuff for it. Yeah, it's worth supporting, you know, support independent developers creating new games for old hardware. It's a good thing, and it gives you fuzzy feelings. So with that, thank you all very much for watching.